Greetings, family. This is Yuta Yasharel. I want to apologize for that first live video that didn't have any sound. I have some new software and I'm trying to learn how to use it, so I think I'm going to back off that for a while and study it a little bit more. But I felt like this was too important for you guys to be left out. So this is the first one. So you want to be a priest. This is part one. What does it take to be a priest? All priests are Israelites, but not all Israelites are priests. So what does it take to be a priest? Well, according to the Most High, I have a list of the garments and the procedures. Now, I just published the part 2, and it gives you the details of the duty of the priest. And I believe it will explain why I say there are no priests today. And if you watch the part 2 to this, you should be able to see that. I tried to make it as clear as I could. So let's start with the first thing on the list. Make the ephod of gold. Now, who among us can make gold? Now, we could do that back when we were actual priests, before we were kicked out of our land and thrown into captivity. We could do that. We had people among us in our tribes that were skilled. Make the ephod of gold and of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and of finely twisted linen, the work of a skilled craftsman. Now, as I just said, we don't have any skilled craftsmen in our captivity. And even if we did, and we just might, they can't get the gold to do this. I mean, that's an expensive process in this day and time. So that counts this out. So number 2, take 2 onyx stones and engrave on them the names of the sons of Israel. So, priest, you too, priest. This is one of the steps you have to take. Do you have 2 onyx stones? And are you able to engrave on them the names of the sons of Israel? You have to be able to do that. Number 3, and fasten them on the shoulder pieces of the ephod. Do you have an ephod? As a memorial stones for the sons of Israel. Aaron is to bear the names. So if you're a priest, you can put yourself in Aaron's place. Aaron is to bear the names on his shoulders as a memorial before the Lord. You too, priest, are you able to do this? Honestly, no, you're not. None of us know who we are, except we know we're Israel, and we're not all sure about that. Remember, we was in slavery over 400 years. We had no clue who we were, where we came from. We didn't know who our God was. We didn't know nothing except what that man told us. Now we're just coming into the truth. Now, when the Most High kicked every one of us out of our land and sent us into captivity, He did not send your tools and your responsibilities with you. That wouldn't be slavery if He did. So you don't have those things that our priests had when they were anointed priests. So you cannot be a priest. And as long as you tell people you are a liar. And anybody that you cause to follow you and believe you also makes them liars. You're guilty by association. Number 4, tell all the skilled men to whom I have given wisdom in such matters that they are to make garments for Aaron for his consecration, so he may serve me as priest. This is the Most High telling Moses, tell all the skilled men that he gave wisdom to concerning these matters. So there were a selected group of men who were able to produce, perform, and fabricate everything needed to satisfy the Most High's request. Do you have that today? No. Number 5, weave the tunic of fine linen and make the turban of fine linen. Do you have a turban? Just make sure it's not cotton if you do. That's something you can get. The sash, do you know what a sash is? Probably not. Is to be the work of an embroiderer. Do you know an embroiderer? If so, is he from the tribe? Because he has to be a tribe of Israel, from the tribe. Number 6, make 2 gold rings. Can you make gold of any kind? Make 2 gold rings for it, and fasten them to 2 corners of the breastpiece. Do you have a breastpiece? If so, is it correct? There are 4 rows of stones on the breastplate or the breastpiece. Each stone represents a tribe. Do you have that? You too, priest. No, you don't. Can you get it? I doubt it. And listen, I'm not trying to be hard on anybody. I just want our people to understand we have an order. We have commandments. We have laws. And we're in captivity. Our people seem to be trying to get around the punishment. You have to go through the punishment. If you go around it, you're going to end up right back where you started, just like when they walked around that mountain 40 years. Until you get it right, you're going to continue to just make a circle. Number 7, fasten a blue cord to it to attach it to the turban. Do you have a turban? I doubt it. It is to be on the front of the turban. Number 8, make a plate of pure gold. You hear that? You're going to have to make a plate of pure gold. Now, I know you can't do that. You know you can't do that. If you had pure gold, we would never hear from you. You'd be too busy buying this and buying that. We would never see or hear from you. Make a plate of pure gold and engrave on it as on a seal, holy to the Lord. Number 9, in the 3rd row, a jacinth and agate and an amethyst These are things you got to have, brother. Number 10. These are the garments they are to make. You hear, this is not a request. This is an order. These are the garments they are to make. A breastpiece, an ephod. Do you have an ephod? Do you even know what an ephod is? A robe, a woven tunic, a turban, and a sash. They are to make these sacred garments for your brothers, Aaron, for your brother Aaron and his sons, so they may serve me as priests. Listen, guys, the Most High is not playing games here. You have to do what he tells you to do, not what you think you should do or what you want to do. You're jumping the gun. Slow down a little bit. You're jumping way ahead of everything that is supposed to be and creating your own scenario. So just to show you how serious this is, let me show you what happened to Aaron's two sons in Leviticus 10, when they decided to take upon themselves and offer to the Most High. Listen, Aaron's sons Nadab and Abihu took their censers, put fire in them, and added incense. They made their own incense because they knew how to make it. They did everything the way the commanded priests would do, except they were not told to do this. They just took it upon themselves and went and did it. Let me show you what happened. They put fire in them and added incense, and they offered unauthorized fire before the Lord, contrary to his command. In other words, the Most High did not ask them to do that. They just went out and did it. Now, I'm pretty sure they felt this was a good thing. They didn't see, well, what could be the harm? You know, we're just showing the Most High our consideration and our compassion and our love for him, but you didn't do what he told you to do. In fact, you didn't do anything he asked you to do because he didn't ask you to do that. There were priests already designated for that. That's what it means, contrary to his command. So fire came out. This is what happened to Aaron's sons. So fire came out from the presence of the Most High and consumed them, and they died before the Lord. They were killed, trying to do what they thought was right. You two priests, y'all need to wake up, brothers. There are no priests at this moment. That day is coming. It's not here yet. Moses then said to Aaron, this is what the Lord spoke of when he said, among those who approach me, which is the designated priest, I will show myself holy in the sight of all the people. I will be honored. There were people watching when they did this. So the Most High couldn't let that go unhandled. People watching, I mean, they're witnessing the Most High law being broken. Even though these were sons of Aaron, which were of the tribe of Levi, Aaron remained solid. So what does a garment look like? Here you got your turban, your holy diadem, your onyx stone. They probably didn't even know where these things went. This is your breastplate. You see these rows of stone here? These represent the 12 tribes. Only the priest can wear these. But he did not make himself a priest. Here's his waistband. And here is your ephod. Here's your robe. There are gold bells and pomegranates around the borders, around the hem of this robe. These bells, when the priest walks in to the tent or the tabernacle, these bells jingle. They jingle when he goes in, and they jingle when he comes out. And believe it or not, if they didn't wear this at the bottom of this robe here, walking in or walking out, they will be killed. So this is your garment. I'm bringing this out because I'm tired of seeing our people jumping the gun, claiming titles and positions that weren't given to them. Try to understand. We got ourselves in this mess. And we can get out, but we got to get out the way he says get out. You can't get out your way. You got to understand that, YouTube priest. People claiming to be from the royal priesthood, y'all better stop it. You need to stop it. So with that being said, I really hope that you guys spread this, especially when you run across somebody claiming to be of the royal priesthood. Set the record straight. All praises to the Most High. Shalom, Israel.